I went camping out of Hokkaido last 2 days. It was hot like hell at Honshu area, the main island where big cities like Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka are located. My destination was Gifu. The famous place is Hida Takayama. Indeed, there are lots of steeps and mountainous area, but I headed to a camping area nearby a river. Hey Roy, my friend, I've been waiting for your arrival. Did you walk here? I thought you have a motorbike, right? An old friend of mine came over and greeted me with a very strong hug. Hey Brian, how long has it been since we last met? And by the way, I am in Hokkaido now. Did you see my SMS that I got the motorbike? I slapped my friend's back as I hugged him back. We were telling old stories back when we are both in Nagoya. Brian is a young man who came from Australia. He was about 24 when I first met him, now at his 30s. Thinking back, he was the one who brought me into this hobby of camping. We came to our site. It is located nearby an old cherry tree, nearby the river. Every year in April, the river end will be carpeted by petals of cherry blossoms. I really wanted to see it by myself one day. Anyhow, so we set our tents up and lighted our stoves up. The keeper of the camping site came over and checked if everything is okay. Well done, said the keeper with his thumbs up. He pointed at the sky and said, rain cloud is coming. Do not go in the river. We also looked up and saw a couple of gray clouds, wondering if it was really going to rain. Later that afternoon, it rained hard. We packed our things up and prepared to move to an upper side, nearby the log house. The keeper came over and told us not to move yet. We can tell that the river current is very strong. In my dim sight, I saw a childlike image standing at the middle of the river. Hey, Roy! Brian patted my shoulder hard and fast. You see that kid there? Brian was looking at the direction where I see the image. You see that too? I have bad sight and it seems blurry. I told him. He shook his head and said, we should not talk about him. Brian seems to be gifted. His mother was a famous Indian fortune teller, and his father left them when Brian was quite young. Because of that, they moved from Australia to Japan. His mother passed away after Brian graduated his university. Since then, he started to see and hear things. Back to my story. I was wondering why he said that, what if the child is real? I ran out and caught the keeper and told him that there may be a child in the river. He drove a van down nearby our site and shouted out if there was anyone from a distance. I saw Brian still standing in the tent as if he was paralyzed. I looked at the river, but there was nobody. Hey Brian, where did the child go? I shouted. Brian was still standing there. The keeper drove further away down the river end. I went back to the tent and asked what's going on. Brian said that the child was in the tent with him all the time, but was gone at the moment I came back.